all seen the shows and we have come to love them, all about real estate and the life that these real estate agents live. However, is it a real portrayal of the real estate industry and the home buying process? Our answer is it's absolutely not, at least for the average person. So today we're going over what the differences are between reality TV and reality. Welcome to the Fairway Mid-Atlantic YouTube channel. My name is Michaela and we cover all things about the mortgage industry, the housing industry, real estate, personal finances, and so much more. We post new videos every other week all about these topics, all in an effort to help you achieve home ownership. If you're new here, we would love if you would hit that subscribe button or give this video a thumbs up so that you can continue to see all of this content from us. Now, again, today we're talking about reality TV versus real life, and boy, is it different. So what we're going over today, we're going to talk about the difference between what you see a real estate agent's work is like on reality TV versus what it's like in real life. We're talking about what the home buying process looks like on reality TV versus what it actually is in real life. And we're also going to be talking about all of the things that these reality TV shows fail to include that absolutely happen in every real estate deal. So let's just jump right into it. So the first topic is, what does a real estate agent actually do, and is the portrayal of that on reality TV real? And the answer is maybe. More than likely, the shows that you're watching, things like Selling Sunset, $1 Million Listing, are TV shows that show the very, very high-end sector of real estate. You're seeing homes valued at millions and millions of dollars being sold to celebrity clients in record time. And the reality is that is simply not what the average person is going to experience in their home buying process, nor is it the average experience of an average realtor. So again, on these shows, you may see these, on the extreme end, luxury homes being sold by equally luxurious realtors who live a very high and fast life. In reality, a real estate agent, especially in their first few years of business, is hustling to make their business. Real estate is an entrepreneurial kind of job. You are working to create your own network, find your own clients, brand yourself, and generate these deals on your own, backed by your brokerage or company. The shows that we're seeing, they portray real estate agents who may have been working in this business for a very long time and who also have the privilege of working in markets that are, again, very luxurious, very high end. And that simply isn't the case for everybody. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of hours behind the scenes that you don't see on these reality TV shows. Again, a real estate agent is basically an entrepreneur building their own business, building their own relationships with clients, and doing really hard and involved work to ensure that these families are getting into homes that they love. All of this is condensed into 20-minute, 45-minute episodes that we see on TV and makes it seem like the process is super quick and happens just like that all the time. And again, that isn't necessarily always the case. Another difference that you might see on these shows versus what you may experience in real life is that a realtor is highly involved in the process from beginning to end. Most of these shows do not necessarily depict these real estate agents talking to their clients all the time, talking to lenders all the time, talking to insurance, title, appraisal, inspection, all of these different players in the home buying process. You don't see that on these shows, and it absolutely happens. There are a lot of moving pieces in the home buying process, and your realtor should be your #1 supporter throughout the entire thing. They should be holding your hand, guiding you through the process, and ultimately taking on a lot of the burden of figuring out which home is best for you and how to get you in there. If you are going through the home buying process or are thinking about going through the home buying process, your realtor will likely be talking to you a lot of the time. You should be able to reach out to your real estate agent with any questions, concerns, new houses that you'd like to see, changes in your financial situation or in what you're looking for, your timeline, a lot of things, and you need to have an open line of communication with your realtor. Now, that's not to say that this isn't happening with these realtors who are portrayed on these reality TV shows, but again, we're simply not seeing it. It's very quick and it happens very fast, and they neglect to show you all the nitty-gritty behind the scenes. The next thing we're going to talk about is the difference between how the home buying process is portrayed in these TV shows versus what it's actually like to go through the home buying process. Again, on these shows, they're condensed. It's only 20 to 45 minutes that we're watching. And again, from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode, clients have seen a house, put an offer on the house, gone back and forth on the telephone for maybe 3 minutes, and then they have the house apparently. Now, the one thing that we believe is the biggest thing left out of these reality TV shows is the mortgage side of the home buying process, which is arguably the largest part of the home buying process. Buying a home is one of the largest investments you are ever going to make. And to make that investment, you're not just working with a real estate agent, but you are also working with a mortgage lender. But before you even shop for a house, you should be getting a pre-approval from your lender. This is a letter that shows sellers that you are a reliable and serious buyer who has already been pre-approved for a set amount to buy a home. And ultimately, it makes the process a lot smoother. Finding a home is definitely a big part of the process, but it's everything that happens after you find your home that, again, is not shown in these reality TV shows. You have to submit a lot of documents to apply for a mortgage. Those include tax documents, bank statements, income statements, a slew of documentation that needs to be provided to your lender to ensure that you are a qualified buyer. And that process from submitting those documents, filling out your application, and ensuring that you meet all of the guidelines and conditions of the mortgage that you're applying for can take a little while, and is not something that is necessarily fun to see on reality TV, which understandably is why you don't see it. Again, buying a home is a huge investment, and it also means that you are looking to find a place to plant roots, to stay in for a long time. And that involves a lot of consideration to think about your future goals, your lifestyle, whether you have a family or not, where you'd like to raise that family, your career. A lot of things go into making this huge decision. And that isn't necessarily something that we see on these super luxe reality TV shows. Those aren't decisions that we see being considered or being taken into account all of the time. And another thing that we don't see is closing day, which is the actual day where you sign your mortgage, you pay your down payment, your closing costs, and actually legally get the keys to your new home. A lot of times on reality TV shows, it is portrayed as a simple call between the agent and the listing agent, and your offer has been accepted and now you have a house. And that isn't necessarily how the process works or exactly how it always happens. So when you're watching these TV shows, it's just important to remember that while it may look simple and easy and fun and exciting and luxe on these reality TV shows, the average experience of the home buying process is much more involved and requires a lot of consideration and decisions being made. And you need to have both a real estate agent and a mortgage lender on your team to ensure that you're going through the process without any hiccups. And lastly, and we have kind of covered it in the last 2 points about the difference between the realtors that you're seeing on these reality TV shows versus realtors that you may come to know in real life, and the difference between the home buying process as portrayed on these shows versus what you'll experience in real life. But again, we're talking about what they fail to include about what actually happens in these real estate deals. And again, we've kind of already covered that, right? So again, you should be absolutely getting a pre-approval before you start shopping for homes. You need a real estate agent, but you also need a mortgage lender. And these two people should work hand in hand throughout the entire process to ensure that you are, number one, finding the home of your dreams, but also, number two, finding the right financing for that dream. Home ownership, again, is a huge investment, and the financing of that investment is a huge part of achieving your goal of home ownership and achieving your goals in the future. Ensuring that you are finding the mortgage product for you, your lifestyle, and your current financial situation is extremely important, and a lot of things go into that decision. We've done a video on credit, we've done videos on mortgage products, and we'll pop a card to those playlists here so that you can go back and watch some of the nitty-gritty behind the mortgage process and what goes into deciding a final mortgage package. But again, there are a lot of things on these reality TV shows that just aren't necessarily shown because they aren't necessarily fun to watch. Lots of things go into the home buying process, and while these shows are a lot of fun to watch, they just don't necessarily portray a realistic version of buying a home in today's world. So continue to watch these shows, but also keep in mind that when you are ready to become a homeowner and go through the home buying process, it might look a little different. If you have any questions about the home buying process or want to learn more about the mortgage industry or mortgage products, or are just curious about where to start, head to our website at www.fairwaymidatlantic.com and contact one of our loan officers who are always willing to answer any and all questions that you may have. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Again, we post new videos every other week all about the home buying process, the mortgage industry, real estate, personal finance, and so much more. We would love if you would hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more content like this from us, or pop a comment down below about what video you'd like to see next. And we'll see you next time.